Good morning and welcome to the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast. I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
And today we're talking about where to go when social media changes.
And there's an awful lot of changes all the time, especially in social media. But as this podcast is all about marketing, we thought we'd have a chat to you about the responsible places to get your information.
But first, a mention from our sponsor. We know how hard it is to juggle all the things in your business, accounts, meetings, the never-ending inbox, and that's why we've teamed up with Agora Pulse to give you more than 5 hours back a week when it comes to managing your social media marketing. No complicated Excel docs, long emails, or millions of open tabs. Simply manage all your social media channels in one place. Go to www.agorapulse.com/Monday Morning Marketing to get 1 month free. Now all you have to do is figure out how you want to spend those spare 5 hours. And that could be spent figuring out social media.
Now, there is lots of different ways that you can learn social media, of course. You can YouTube it, you can go to local enterprise office or your local state body that provides that kind of support, or you could follow influencers or indeed get it from the actual platforms themselves. So how did you learn, Esther, your social media initially?
Initially, I learned with the platforms themselves. I did the different ones on Facebook and Instagram and, well, Twitter. I learned from the tweeting goddess herself, Sam Kelly. Yeah. If you're going to learn something from someone, go to a goddess. But part of the problem with social media that we all come across is that it changes so often. So even if you took a course a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, it's all out of date.
Yeah.
All of it. There have been things added to it. There have been things taken away from it. There have been things given to some people, but not to others. It's very complicated. And staying on top of all those changes is what complicates life even more for us small business owners.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to manage your own business, maybe manage staff and, pay slips and God knows what else, and also keep on constantly, upskilling and retraining yourself on these social media platforms. We feel that pain, really, we do.
Yeah, we do, because, well, in our cases, Melanie and I, we don't just work on one social media channel. We work on different channels. So it's keeping up on top of all the channels that we work on client stuff. And Melanie does training. So she is, I can only imagine what's going on in your brain right now, Melanie. And it's not pretty.
Oh, thanks.
There's spiels and there's reels and there's fleets and there's what?
Yeah, no, it is ever changing. And especially when you're training, you have to make sure you stay on top of things. And I'm representing not just my own business, but I'm also, supporting the Start Your Own Business course for the local enterprise office here in the Republic of Ireland. So, you've always got to put up the best information, the most current information each time you train. But, we're here today to talk to you about how you can improve your own marketing and your own knowledge, okay? Our show is all about empowerment and supporting you and offering you people to speak to, including ourselves, of course.
Of course.
Hey, I'm not daft. But, there are influencers that you can go to as well as to the platforms themselves. So who would you go to for Facebook?
For Facebook, I would go to Mary Smith, the queen for Facebook, the queen of Facebook.
Well, she also has a Facebook free group and free page that you can join. And she gives away an awful lot of marketing secrets on a regular basis. And she does loads of live videos as well.
And she works for Facebook. So she gets the insider knowledge before the rest of us get it, even on our own platforms.
So yeah, she's the best person to speak to aside from Facebook themselves. And just for the record, Facebook do blueprint training, which is available to download for free as well. But if you're the sort of person that needs to be pushed along by somebody else, then Mari would be the person to go to. Yeah. And obviously, we've already mentioned a certain Twitter person.
Yes, the tweeting goddess herself, Samantha Kelly. She would be the go-to person to figure out how to get to talk to other people on Twitter, figure out how to get in front of other influencers, figure out how to improve your brand on Twitter. She would be the go-to person there. And she has a course that she runs as well. So you can reach out to her, tell her we sent you. And I don't know if that will make any difference.
We're angling for commission here.
Just tell her we said, because people like to know where they're getting referrals from, So what about LinkedIn, Melanie?
Oh, my definite go-to would be Melanie Dodaro. It says MELONIE Dodaro. We actually both met her at the social media summit a while back. It was the first one that, again, Samantha Kelly, Tweeting Goddess, ran in Ireland. And she's just amazing at LinkedIn.
Yeah, she came all the way over from Canada and helped us all to learn more about LinkedIn there. And Instagram?
It would definitely be Lucy Hall. She's a blueprint trainer. So Facebook have trained other people to be Facebook blueprint trainers. So she would do Facebook, but she's my definite go-to for Instagram.
And she also does the She Means Business, which is Facebook and Instagram groups as well.
And Digital Women.
And Digital Women. Yeah. I mean, these people, we've only mentioned women. I'm sure there are men out there too. But these women are full powerhouses when it comes to their social media platforms. They know what they don't know isn't worth knowing.
Yeah, basically. But, we're not trying to do a deliberate bias here. It's just literally when we were thinking of who we would mention, it was these 4 women, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. It really was. But it is also possible to go, like Melanie said, you can go onto YouTube. You can find people there. I know there are other people that listen to us who English maybe isn't their first language. And you go onto YouTube and definitely find people who speak your language. But you can also read blogs. HubSpot do great blogs. Agora Pulse have their training as well. And we'll be talking to one of the Agora Pulse guys in a couple of weeks. They're coming up on the podcast soon. But also our very own Melanie writes a blog every month and gives us the whole roundup of what has happened on social media that month. And Melanie, I'm pretty sure this month your blog will be about 3,000 or 4,000 words long because there have just been so many changes. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. In fairness, my social media roundup is actually relatively basic. I find the links of the relevant updates and then I share a comment on each of the links and then send people through to other pages. But I don't see the point in worrying about sending people to other pages. I just want to keep people better informed. That's my whole basis of my business.
Yeah.
And if somebody's written about it before I have, then go them,
Even better.
Yeah.
And I have to say that we omitted one very important person that we both, and she's already been on the podcast as well, talking about marketing for Christmas, Amanda Webb. You can check out her Digital Coffee Morning every Friday morning as well. And
so don't forget to check it out this Friday.
Yeah. So you can subscribe as well on her Facebook page and you get a reminder 15 minutes before. Arrive with your coffee. It's all very relaxed and she's great too. So again, another woman. I mean, are there any men that we know? No, let's not go into that.
Yes,
We'd be here all day.
That, no.
We'd be here all day. But it is very important to stay on top of social media and not just the changes, but how they can help your business through this. Okay. So yes, we mentioned their reels and spiels and fleets and whatever they're called. Every platform now does stories is the basic outline of that. But are you doing stories? Are stories something that you can tap into? Because if they're on every platform, there has to be something going on with it. That's for another episode, though. Because like I said, we could talk about the changes in social media and how to keep up with them for another hour. But that's not why you come to listen to our podcast. You listen for the fun
and the briefness.
Yes. So that's it for today, right? So we leave the links to the people that we've mentioned. We'll put those in our social media. We'll tag them, let them know that we've mentioned them on our social media channels and in the podcast. You can find them. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you. And it's always nice then that you come back to us and say how you get on.
Or if you want to find it all in one place, visit my social media blog, which is a social media roundup every single month, normally on the 1st when I get myself organised of the following month. And you'll find that, and you can subscribe to that as well. It'll come to your inbox once a month.
Yes, and that's at stomp.ie, STOMP.ie. Very easy to remember, Melanie's website. Thanks very much for joining us again, guys. Hope you have a great week, and we'll chat to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.